What's up, Ram fans? Welcome back to Tuesday Night Sports. I'm your host, as always, Emily Kozel, here like usual to highlight a couple things coming up with the green and gold this week. From a second border war matchup for women's basketball that's going down right up in Laramie tomorrow, to CSU softball returning to campus for the Colorado Classic. All that and so much more on Tuesday Night Sports, which starts right now. Wow, does time fly by? I mean, it feels like just yesterday that women's hoops was preparing for their first of two matchups against the Pokes. But like the regular season tends to do, things are really starting to go by faster and faster. And tomorrow is no different, with the Rams and the Cowgirls facing off yet again in their second matchup in about 2 weeks. And here's a refresher on how that one went, just in case you forgot. The Green and Gold took down Wyoming 56-45 back on the 17th, led by solid performances from McKenna Hofschild and Upe Atasu, and most importantly of all, an amazing effort on defense, where CSU was able to hold the Cowgirls to a terrible 27.4 mark from the field. And to put it simply, I don't think they'll have any trouble doing this again, even if they're coming off a 2-game losing streak. So, with all of this background info in mind, let's start looking into the key matchups for tomorrow, starting with some outstanding performers on the individual side. Now, as you probably thought of earlier, it's really no surprise that McKenna Hofschild was one of the key towards a Rams dub in their last time against the Pokes, with a total of 16 points, which, yes, was a game high. Oh, and number 4 also led the stat sheet in assists as well, with 10, which, by the way, was one less than Wyoming's whole team. Game in and game out, there's never a time I don't love watching Hofschild out on the court, because you can just always tell that she's putting her whole heart into things, no matter the score, flying all over the hardwood and laying it all on the line. And with the regular season quickly coming to an end, I'm sure she'll show out come tomorrow night. Oh, and how could I forget about Hofschild's running mate, Upe Atasu? The last time number 5 went against the Cowgirls, she put up a solid 15 points. And just like I said about McKenna, I'm confident she can do it again. I mean, come on, this grad student for CSU averages 15 points a night. Now, that's a player you should pay close attention to. She's really helped the Rams earn their 9-8 conference record. And now onto the other side of the court. The key performer I think the Rams should really be watching out for is, again, number 24, Tommy Olson. In the first border war, the guard pitched in for 9 points to lead the Cowgirls, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if she goes off for even more for the Pokes tomorrow. Oh, and not that it matters, but if I were on the court, I'd pay special attention to Allison Fertig. Last time these teams played, she got a total of 13 rebounds, not to mention that she also has a field goal percentage of 50.2 for the season. This freshman is a force on the court and definitely one of the strongest players for the Cowgirls. So with all of this being said, the Rams will clearly need to play some serious ball if they want to win against this Wyoming team, this time on the road. Obviously, a border war rivalry runs deep, and without the home court advantage, CSU will really need to bring their A game to earn this one. But no matter where it is, I just can't wait to watch the action unfold tomorrow night at 6:30. We'll just have to see how things go. And now, after all that basketball talk, let's finally switch gears and slide right into Rams softball. This Friday, the Green and Gold will actually be hosting an event for once in the Colorado Classic. This is a 3-day event consisting of 10 games and 4 teams, which includes CSU, of course, Utah Valley out of the WAC, Big Bad Wisconsin, and to end things off with good measure, St. Mary's of California. And looking at the tournament's host for a sec, CSU softball currently sits at a 6-9 record. But truth be told, I think this weekend will give them the opportunity to turn things around, especially since they're fresh off a 3-game win streak just last weekend, which included an 8-inning game against the Cardinals and a true pitcher's duel on Sunday to take the dub, 1-0. And that one, just like Ella told you last night, Cindy Hornbuckle was able to strike out 4, which went a really long way towards the green and gold dub. If she's able to do this again come Friday, there's no doubt in my mind that the Rams can take this Colorado Classic. And now on to the schedule. On Friday, the Rams will start the day by playing St. Mary's, who currently sits at a mediocre 5-10 record and are fresh off a loss last week. So I'm pretty confident that the Rams can pull out the win here. Later on Friday, though, is a completely different story, with CSU taking on Wisconsin, a relatively strong program out of the Big Ten that's 6-6 coming into this one. And with that, let's move right along to Saturday, where the Rams will once again hit the diamond for another one against St. Mary's, before switching up their focus to take on a new face, Utah Valley, who's also not too bad themselves with a 5-5 mark so far. And to close things out on Sunday, the final day for CSU looks like this. Yet another matchup against the Wolverines early in the afternoon. Overall, I'd say all these games are anyone's for the taking, especially with how even all of these records are. But regardless, come Friday, the action will obviously be taking place over on Ram Field. But don't worry if you can't be on campus for things. You can also catch everything on the Mountain West Network as well. But no matter where you watch, I'm just really hoping that the Rams will put their best foot forward this weekend here on their home turf. And with that, Ram fans, that's all the action I have for you tonight. Tune in tomorrow for local beats. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.